Here's what you do with Viper. You pop it in, you let it load, okay? So it takes, just a very little while to load it. Let it load into your computer. Once it's loaded, you never have to put it in again. Everybody asks, do I have to leave that in? No. Now, see, actually, you can see the red lights on. Can we see that?
So, Aaron, just a devil's advocate. So, normally you'd have to unload or take off your other Vipers, which I don't know about you. I mean, I can't find my socks in the dryer. I don't know how to unload,
You don't have to. This does it for you. This removes any other antivirus you might have running. This removes it for you. If you had any questions or problems, there's a toll-free number for the life of your computer that's US-based that you could call, and they would give you the scoop. So you put this in here, and then once you take it out, you never have to do another thing. Your computer's protected forever, and you go put this in another and another and another computer, and then the other one you can use either on more of your computers. You can save it for later, or you can give it to friends and family. Another thing I'll say, if you have an old computer at home that's running slowly, I have had testimonial after testimonial. This is a customer pick on hsn.com. Testimonial after testimonial. People say, I had this old computer and I ran, McAfee, or I ran whatever on it, and it wasn't any better. And then I ran Viper and it ran better. That's because Viper is what's called a low usage memory program, and it means that it doesn't take up as much of your computer's ability or brain power to run it, so it doesn't slow everything down, and it really does find more little bugs and little, hidden things that are in your computer that are slowing it down. So that's what I've got to say. Anyone within the sound of our voice who owns a computer, honestly, if you get on the internet, if you don't have Viper, if you don't have great antivirus, close your computer and don't use it, because everything's vulnerable.
Yeah, and that's why we really don't say that lightly. So hopefully you're grabbing it, and if you want your color of choice, I realize when you're buying a computer, you're not buying it because of the color, but why not? Because you look at it and you want to enjoy it. I mean, really, I mean, why not? Why not is right. And it's fun to see these fashion colors, these gorgeous decorator or designer colors with all this wonderful, almost jewel-like intensity. And, don't be surprised when people ask you where you got your computer. It's really kind of the where'd you get it computer. And I go back to one of my original points is that, yes, it's the big screen, because we all want a bigger screen. When you think about how you're using your computer, you're staring at it for hours on end. I mean, whether you're watching Netflix or television shows or Hulu or, whatever it is, for goodness sake, you want the best screen, and you want the biggest screen that you can get, but you don't want it to be heavy. Otherwise, it kind of, what's the point?
Sure.
This actually weighs what a lot of our 15-inch laptops weigh. It just weighs a little over 6 pounds, which really is nothing. That's a blip when you talk about these 17-inch laptops, which usually are hovering at around 8 or 9 pounds, depending on the manufacturer. So HP, they are #1 for a reason, and we're paying to send it to you. And we're just proud that we are celebrating HP as one of our friends and partners, and we're doing it in great style. If you've been in the market for a laptop, this would be a perfect one to consider. Purple, this is probably your only airing of the purple, in all likelihood. And in all likelihood, it's probably your last chance on the silver as well. And Aaron, that's just it. We love our computers and we use our computers, and that's why it's really important that you get the right one. And I think there's such a peace of mind and security when you know you're getting the HP brand.
Oh, absolutely. And there's a real excitement when you know you're getting what may very well be your first touchscreen computer. Because I've got to tell you, having a touchscreen computer, it's really quite different. You'll find, I think, you start to develop, and actually Suzanne said this earlier. She just got her first touchscreen computer, and I thought it was a really smart thing to say. She said you start to find what things you can do better on using your keyboard, and what things you can do better using your touch. And you go back and forth. Like when you want to scroll or you want to move something, you do it with your hands. And then if you want to type, you do it with the built-in keyboard. Now, you can, just so you know, anytime if you don't want to use the built-in keyboard, you can always pull up a keyboard as well, a virtual keyboard. But I've got to tell you, it's fun. It's fun to be able to pinch and to be able to zoom and to be able to see things more easily. It's incredibly intuitive if you're not sort of naturally a computer person, especially with Windows 8. This is Windows 8. This is what's called the Metro view on Windows 8. But as I said earlier, you can always go back to that Windows 7 view. It's called the desktop view. You can go back and forth. You can go into your pictures. One of the things I love, and I'll just show you, this is the Windows Store. This is where you can download more programs. They're called live tiles, and that's what all these little squares are, all live tiles. They're just all programs. You can download them all here, and there's tens of thousands of them. The one that I love is the one that's called Getting Started with Windows 8, or it's called HP Help, because it has tutorials that help you use your computer, help you use Windows 8, help you use touch, all in a better way. Last thing that I'll say, my last little best advice I can give you if you're buying this computer is to buy antivirus to go along with it. Even if you're not buying this computer, the best advice I can give you, if you own a computer, anyone who has a computer in their home, you will save money and protect your computer much more thoroughly if you choose to pick up Viper.